Hi there. I'm Kinzoku, but you can just call me Patrick, and I'm wearing a hat because my hair is dirty, and it's been a while since I last uploaded. It's been about 8 months, to be exact. Here's my last upload. And in those last 8 months, I have gotten to have a bunch of experiences that are a lot of firsts for me, and I'm excited to tell you guys about it. Firstly, I got to collaborate with my best friend's partners to get us floor tickets to see Monday Night Raw for Christmas. The show was in April, but we wanted to get tickets ahead of time just to make sure we had plenty of time to prepare. And we were on camera so much more than I expected us to be. I didn't realize how close floor seats were. You don't really notice on TV, but you're like right there. I mean, it was only my third time being to a live WWE show ever, and it was both of our first times being on the floor. I'm super grateful to TJ's partners for helping out as much as they could with the expenses because, like, even though it was a present for him, it was just as much a present for me. I mean, just look at my face when Tommaso Ciampa goes over the barrier in this match. I am loving this. But yeah, that was a badass experience. I'm so excited to go on more trips, to go and see more WWE shows with more people.
Ludwig, just throw!
Next in June, my family decided to go on vacation for a week and go explore Luray Caverns, the Virginia Civil War Museum, and some of the surrounding towns around that area. The caverns were definitely my favorite part. It was a really nice guided trail with a bunch of numbered markers, and those markers told you a little bit about the history of the caverns. If you haven't gone, you really should, because they even had an organ that played different stalagmite and stalactite that were in the caverns. It was so cool. There were a lot of really cool formations while we were there. There were too many to take photos of, and I know that it's not super interesting to a lot of people, so here are some of my favorites. When we weren't exploring the surrounding towns and Luray Caverns, we spent the rest of our time at the rental cabin that we had while we were there, and oh my god, it was so nice. It was a really nice time to just relax and hang out in nature. I didn't really take too many videos, but most recently, in September, my partner and I got to go and see my favorite band, Hot Mulligan, play live at Ohio is for Lovers Festival, along with some of our other favorite bands like Knuckle Puck, Real Friends, The Wonder Years, Movements, who else? Hawthorne Heights, Arrows in Action. There were just so many bands playing at this event. It was impossible to go and see them all, but it was such an amazing time. This was actually my first ever circle pit experience, and it was very cramped, very sweaty, and needless to say, I loved it. It was amazing. It was so much fun. Hot Mulligan actually recently released a few music videos showing their performance from Ohio is for Lovers Festival, and you'll never guess who got to make a cameo appearance in a Hot Mulligan video. This was honestly such a perfect experience. It was even complete with an awkward interaction with the lead singer of Hot Mulligan, which is honestly on brand for both of us. So Quinn and I were in line getting drinks. This was like one of the first things that we did. We get there, we get in line for drinks, and we're just standing there. And I look over and I see Tades, the lead singer of Hot Mulligan, standing over there with a fan taking a photo with them. And I'm looking around like, is nobody realizing that that's like the lead singer of the headlining band tonight? Does nobody realize that? And it turns out nobody did. So he goes and he finishes his photo with his fan, and then he starts walking over towards us. And at first I was like, oh fuck. And so I'm trying to gas myself up going over to talk to him. And so he's walking towards us, and I gas myself up just a little bit too late. Because as he's walking past, he's like kind of right about like, if he's here and I'm here, he was like right about here, and then I started moving while he was moving. So by the time that I was like, hey, it was kind of like this, where I was ahead of him at this point, and so he had to like stop and almost turn around, and he was like, hey, and then I froze. And I was like, sorry, Hot Mulligan is just my favorite band, sorry to bother you. And he was like, it's okay. And then he left, and then I went back and I was like, huh, you know, that's probably the best interaction I could have had with him. That's probably the most real interaction I could have had with him. So we go from that really awkward interaction to a couple of hours later, I'm sitting there screaming the lyrics to his songs to him, like from 6 feet away, because I got super close. Like I said, I was in the pit. I was in the circle pit. I was getting up in there. So it was so much fun. It was honestly probably the most perfect experience I could have asked for from Ohio is for Lovers Festival, and it was just so much fun. I want to shout out my sister Megan for buying us those tickets. It was a birthday present for me, so I am forever grateful for that, because that was such a good experience. I got so many videos. Oh my god. Oh, I completely forgot to mention, we spent that night in a renovated school bus in Cincinnati named Tyler. This is what Tyler looks like. He treated us very, very well. He was honestly amazing. My only issue with him was the lack of insulation. But, you know, it's a bus. It's not exactly built to be lodged in. It's meant to be lodged into your nearest McDonald's. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. And again, I'm super grateful to my sister Megan for getting us those tickets. That was so much fun. Oh my god. Okay, moving on. So one of the biggest things I've been thinking while I've been doing all this stuff over the past 8 months has been, I'm so excited to talk about this on my channel. I can't wait to get home and edit and put together a video talking about my experiences, and obviously that hasn't happened until now. If it's not obvious, I tend to go long periods of time without uploading. And the reason for that is that I am what in the business we call a serial procrastinator, and I tend to be a perfectionist about my own work, which is not very fun when you're trying to make something. A lot of times I'll begin making something, and then on one hand, on this metaphorical shoulder, I'll be like, who's gonna care about this? Who's gonna wanna actually watch this? But then on my other shoulder, I sit there and I think, this has to be good enough for my channel. It can't just be nothing. It's got to be good enough for my channel, because for some reason I think that my channel is worthy of having amazing shit on it instead of just whatever I want. But, you know, that's not a very fun way of doing things, and especially when you love YouTube the way that I love YouTube. I love making YouTube videos, and I love streaming, I love interacting with you all, I love playing video games, I love getting a little time capsule of what's going on in this time period, something that I can look back on and be like, wow, I've come a long way. It's nice to be able to see that progress and to be able to talk to so many people, experience new things. You know, I honestly can't say how much I appreciate it and love it every single second. The only obstacle is me. That is it. While I've been going through this internal struggle, I've been watching a lot of YouTubers trying to branch out, trying to find things that are new to me. So one of those YouTubers that I started watching is Drew Gooden, and he came out with a video kind of recently where he said something that really just kind of spoke to me, and this is what he said.
Remember, this website is called YouTube, not do the thing that you think will become popular tube. That would be a really stupid URL.
And I know that was mostly a joke, but I really I kind of took that in and thought about it for a while, just really thought about it. And you really can upload whatever you want. You don't need to make every YouTube video just some groundbreaking project. You don't need to make it some brand new original idea. You can just make something. That's like the whole point of this website. I feel like YouTube is such a good base area to start with, and you use YouTube to build up, do the things you want, get that skill set, become better at what you do, and then eventually, if you're good enough and if you have the passion for it, you can move on and do bigger things like some groundbreaking project. But that's something that I've been missing, the fact that this is not that. This is not me publishing a movie. This is not me making the next Marvel movie. This isn't me making a new A24. This isn't me working at Blumhouse. This is me in my room playing video games, talking to you. That's all this is. And I need to get that in my head instead of trying to be like, this needs to be so perfect. I'm getting in the way of myself. You know, you feel me? I really hope you don't. I hope you don't. I hope you're not feeling the same way I am. I really do. This truly is the only way to get better, and I personally have been putting off getting better in favor of hoping that it's just gonna happen, and that's not how it works. That's never been how it works. Not for most people. It's just impossible. You have to start somewhere. And I'm really hoping that putting my thoughts into video form and putting this out there and it's going to help me kick my own ass into gear with this whole YouTube thing. I know that it's easy to be like, that's obvious. It's obvious that you upload what you want. It's called YouTube. It's easy to be like that. But when you get caught up in those larger than life figures, it's easy to think, oh, I have to do stuff like they do, where they have the budget. They've got people working for them. They're not just one person in their room like I am. And that's why I want to encourage every single person that is out there that is on the fence about starting YouTube, on the fence about putting their ideas out there and making something. I encourage you to do it. It's an outlet that I think will help a lot of people. And if you're on the fence about it, if you're not interested, obviously don't. But if you're on the fence about it, if you're still thinking, maybe I do kind of want to, I recommend just try it. Just try it. It's really like nothing other. You know, sure, you're not going to be great at first, but nobody is. And if they are, they're lying to you. You know, everybody's got to start somewhere to get somewhere. I will say, I have been inching my way back to some content creation. I've been streaming a little bit here and there on Twitch. I don't have a schedule set yet, but hopefully I can stream a lot more, and then that'll get me into the swing of things, and I will be able to set a schedule. But for right now, it's just when I feel like it. Sorry. But yeah, if you see me live, come follow me there and hang out and come say hi, please. Help me get used to having my face on camera, because this isn't exactly familiar territory for me. I kind of only started doing this for my streams, really, and this. Okay, and with that, I'm going to go ahead and end this update/explanation here. I know it's been a while, and I just want to say thank you for being patient with me and watching my videos whenever they do come out. I truly can't say how much that means to me. I really, really appreciate it that you're taking the time to look at something that I've made, and hopefully you've left a like and commented and subscribed and, you know, all that good stuff. But thank you for enjoying my content. And if you enjoyed this video, do all that stuff that I said just a second ago. But hopefully, fingers crossed, I'll get to see you guys in another video sometime soon. All right. Bye-bye. Sorry, Markiplier.